Now to the Porch Pirate crackdown in Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill to make the Sunshine State the latest to raise penalties for
Florida Porch Pirate crackdown. Florida governor signs new laws to combat porch piracy. They're putting Mark Rober in charge, I heard.
Stealing packages from outside homes as well as for retail theft. Melissa Adon is in Miami with more. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning, Michael. So the state of Florida is actually going to make it a felony if you steal $40 or more worth of property. The police chief here in Coral Gables tells me he welcomes this news as he sees hundreds of these cases here in his city, and he hopes that these stiffer criminal charges make a difference.
This morning, they are the brazen thieves striking in broad daylight and in the night. This porch pirate in Sacramento, disguised as a trash bag, captured stealing a package. Some homo.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, you gotta let that guy have it. It don't matter what it is, you gotta let that guy have it. Also, another Yakuza character, by the way. Its weaknesses are fire-based attacks, for the record. Just letting you know. They do have a really OP move where they just like scrounge for a gun and can find a gun in their trash bag and shoot you.
Package. Some homeowners, like this one, have had enough using a decoy package to catch this alleged thief.
Yo.
In Florida, the governor cracking down. A new law going into effect this October. If you steal property worth more than $40, it will be considered a felony.
Someone's going to have hell to pay for stealing it.
The law replacing an already existing one, this time lowering the stolen property value from $100 to $40. It also includes stricter penalties for retail theft.
Everything in our store is a candy store for a criminal. Things they can grab, they can sell fast and take from us.
In Coral Gables, the police chief welcoming the law, sharing these videos of thieves in action.
We're able to make stronger cases against these repeat offenders and also kind of giving other diversionary sentences from people who are facing felonies.
It's a growing trend across the country, with at least 9 other states making porch pirating a felony. And that's not all. According to the National Retail Federation, organized retail crime cost consumers $112 billion in 2022. The state topping the list, California, a proposed bill there calling for repeat shoplifters to serve jail time after a third conviction.
Meantime, last month in New York, the governor there announced a $45 million plan to fight back against organized retail.
I don't know if they don't recognize that, like, you have to solve this problem at the root cause. Obviously, that's too hard because then you would have to have like anti-poverty measures that aren't draconian. Like you have to, instead of criminalizing poverty, you're supposed to fix it. They just keep upping the ante for some weird reason. And they're like, yeah, surely the next step is going to be, you know, if we kill them, if we make it legal to kill them, hunt them down and kill them, this will put an end to the theft. And it's just like, all right, well, good luck, I guess. It's just not going to happen. Increasing incarceration is always the right answer. It's worked so many times. Yeah.
This morning, burglars have gotten away with tens of millions of dollars in what's being called one of Los Angeles' largest
Here it is. There we go. My favorite story of the day. It's time. At the top of the hour, the real burglary happens to those who have not subscribed because there's a 3-minute ad break. Oh, look who it is. Look who it is. Let's go burglars. Let's go. Crime, 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 he says. Also unsubscribed. Will be seeing the 3-minute ad break right now, so he will be a victim of crime. You won't like it then. Like I said, unless you get gifted a sub, if you're lucky, or subscribe on your own and make your own look. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. He's unemployed. Hey, go easy on him. He's unemployed. I told Alex that I was going to trick him out when the Georgia televised court case happens. Did he hook you up with the Trump shoes? Great question, chatter. Hey, Alex, did you hook me up with the Trump shoes? The people demand answers. I'm working. There's a lot of back channels to Chinese. Wow. The unreliable left. Bring Lolo to China? I would. Problem is, Lolo writes checks with his mouth that his ass can't cash, as we found out about the Australia invite. He was supposed to come with me to Australia. What happened there? You booked the ticket 3 days before you left? I told him before. See, he admitted it. 12 days is ample time for a 15-hour flight. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It is. I was doing celebrating Ramadan. I couldn't go. Yeah, I saw celebrating Ramadan with your friend who got the Shahada wrong. I caught that. Here at the HasanAbi broadcast, we never get the Shahada wrong. I'm not even kidding. I've actually gotten this community to say the Shahada many times. But yeah, I'm going to China in October if you want to come. I will come to China. I will come to China. Okay, well, it's a long time from now. So to be fair, you say it in your Turkish accent, so you also say it wrong? No, that's fine. You could say it. You could say it in a Turkish accent. It's still Arabic. There's only like some words in it that are Turkish. La ilaha illallah ve eşhedü annem. Oh my God, now I'm getting it wrong. Oh my God. La ilaha illallah. Eşhedü en la ilaha illallah. Eşhedü anne Muhammeden Resulullah. Clip fake fraud. Brother, I forgot the Shahada, brother. I can't, dude, you know what? Allah strike me. That's what happened. Çarptı. Allah çarptı. Adamla taşak geçtik. Allah çarptı. Görüyor musun? I just got striked by Allah. 100%, brother. I can't believe I've done this so many times. No, bro. We're not getting into paradise, brother. We're not getting into paradise, brother. Allah will hear of my fraudulent behavior, brother, in Ramadan too. Yeah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah ve eşhedü enne Muhammeden abduhu Resulullah. Abdulu ve Resulullah. The ve there is the and in Turkish. That's the only part of it that is Turkish. The rest of it is Arabic. What do you mean? Brother, this language makes this channel a little uncomfortable for patriots. Yazıklar olsun. Aynen, I know. Abduhu. No, Abduhu is not Arabic. You're gonna start selling Quran Bill of Rights combos too now, you fraud. Brother, I will sell what needs to be sold to the non-believers, brother. We will convert them, brother. One by one. Sunni or Shia? Listen, dude. I'll be a born-again Shia if that's a thing, even.
Cash heists in history. Sources say the LAPD and FBI are investigating the Easter Sunday theft at a money storage facility in the neighborhood of Silmar in the San Fernando Valley. The brazen burglars were able to breach the building by entering through the roof to gain access to the vault without setting off alarms. The company that owns the building not realizing the crime until Monday morning. The facility handles and stores cash from businesses across the region. It's not the first time in recent memory California has seen a brazen heist. In 2022, $100 million in jewels were stolen from this Brinks tractor trailer at a remote rest stop north of LA in what could be the largest jewelry heist in U.S. history.
This isn't lifestyles of the rich and famous. These are mom and pop jewelers. I have a client 66 years old. He lost everything in this theft.
But in terms of cold
Mom and pop jewelers? The f does that mean? Bro, mom and pop jeweler is such a weird thing to say. It's like, do they not have any insurance? That's crazy. There's no way they were operating without insurance. But saying mom and pop jeweler kind of feels like literally saying like, this is a mom and pop bank. This is a mom and pop hedge fund. You guys don't understand. This is a mom and pop venture capitalist firm. Like, what do you mean mom and pop jeweler? Don't they literally fucking, like, you're selling jewelry. The markup is literally baked into the business. It's the most insane markup of all time. It's basically like literal slave-like conditions in underdeveloped parts of the world where people are gathering these jewels for like that you're buying for like $1. Anyway,
hard cash. This heist on Sunday appears more similar to a 1997 heist at the Dunbar Armored Facility in Los Angeles. $18 million was stolen in a robbery. Adjusted for inflation, it would top $35 million today. So far, no suspects in the Easter Sunday heist. Authorities say the sophistication of the operation indicates a burglary crew of some kind is responsible.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC.
There's more.
The largest cash heist in LA history.
Sure is. Let's go out to Gigi Graciette in Silmar, where burglars broke into the vault of a money storage facility. They got away with a lot of money, Gigi.
And as you said, Brooke, this seems like something out of a movie, a Mission Impossible movie. Take a look at the video. This all happening here in Silmar on Easter Sunday. An estimated $30 million stolen in cash from a Silmar money storage facility. The burglars reportedly breaking in either through the side of the building or the roof and then managing to open up a vault where the cash was being stored without triggering any of the sophisticated alarms. And the burglary crew was so stealth and meticulous that no one noticed the money was gone until Monday when employees opened up the vault, which showed no obvious signs of a break-in. Now, the company is GardaWorld. They have branches around the world and over 132,000 employees. And they specialize in cash services, which includes ATM services and armored truck transports.
Inside job? Question mark. Inside job? Question mark.
According to their website, some of their clients are Fortune 500 companies, even the United States federal government, along with other international government agencies. And reportedly, not everyone who works at this facility knew that much money was being stored here.
The place is pretty secured. Alarm system, they check to make sure that the alarm is set up. So, just to think that.
You're making me feel like this is the guy who did the heist. There you have it.
They were able to go through the security system and get away with all that money, and it's a shocker.
Now, that was a LolOverruled employee who asked that we not identify him. Again, they managed to somehow go around that alarm system. And, of course, that's something both the FBI and the LAPD are looking at right now. And, of course, they always, as in most crimes, start with those closest to the crime. And that would be looking at the employees. Reporting live, I'm Gigi Graciette. Back to you.
All right, Gigi, thank you.
I wish there was more details about it because it's so dope. I work at a place like this. They tell you not to ever speak to the media, and like it's pretty tight. Hella cameras and people with firearms. This is definitely some organized shit. Yeah, obviously. I don't think a bunch of dickheads could like pull off such a complicated heist. I feel like they have to have experience, right? I don't know. I just I'm very excited for these guys, and I wish them well. U.S. is considering dropping Julian Assange's prosecution. Joe Biden says, "Oh boy, big news. It's probably just a bait." You know what I mean? They're probably like, yeah, we're not gonna do it, and then oopsie, I guess he committed suicide because he was sad. 2 shots to the back of the dome. Hate to hear about that, you know? Reach out to your loved ones.
US President Joe Biden says America is considering a request by Australia to drop the prosecution of the WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange.
Assange.
Do you have a response to Australia's request that you end Julian Assange's prosecution?
We're considering.
You're considering.
Certainly brief.
Wow, that's crazy. I guess he's considering it.
Live to Washington and our US correspondent James Matthews. And James, I mean, look, on the face of it, a significant development.
Yes, a very fleeting comment, as you heard there, Mark, but significant indeed for Assange, who faces 18 counts. A federal grand jury has charged him with 18 counts that relate to his involvement with former US soldier Chelsea Manning and his own company, WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks published findings that were
HasanAbi had mentioned
deemed to contravene US laws, a number of them, the Espionage Act among them. He's accused of being involved in Russian efforts to undermine the 2016 election on behalf of Donald Trump. So he's been facing very serious charges, has been facing an extradition request from the United States, which is currently locked up in the British courts. The British courts.
This man is exactly how I think Eve Fartlow sounds, yes. Someone in the chat brought her name up.
Want an assurance from the United States that he won't face the death penalty should he be extradited, tried, and then convicted. This answer from Biden stems from the Australian Parliament voting or passing a motion to ask the United States to drop the case against Julian Assange. That's why he was asked that question. And you heard the answer he gave. He's considering it. So some light at the end of the tunnel for Assange, for whom there's been a vocal campaign in his defense saying he was merely a journalist engaging in the gathering and dissemination of news. He's been behind bars in custody in the UK for 7 years since leaving the Ecuadorian embassy. One wonders about the next move, of course, but he has reasons to be optimistic this evening.
We are moving on to American domestic politics.
Today, well, he's heading to Mar-a-Lago to meet with former President Donald Trump. Chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa joins us now from Washington. Bob, good morning to you. What's the significance of this meeting between Speaker Johnson and Donald Trump?
Good morning. The significance first is that Speaker Mike Johnson is appearing alongside former President Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago to talk about election integrity issues, but he's appearing alongside Trump, who continues to falsely claim the 2020 election was stolen. And this comes at a precarious moment for Speaker Johnson. He's facing a lot of criticism from conservatives in the House, and he hopes to solidify his standing with them, his allies tell me, by being there with Trump at Trump's home.
Bob, on Monday, the first criminal trial of a former president begins with Donald Trump here in New York. What will you be watching for as that plays out?
It's going to be mostly about jury selection next week as this criminal trial begins in New York. It's also a revival of a cast of characters we haven't heard from in a long time. You'll be hearing more about Michael Cohen, the longtime fixer for former President Trump, and this is about the hush money payments Cohen made to Stormy Daniels, the adult film star, back in 2016. This is going to be about whether Trump violated election law, whether he committed a felony, and Trump's going to be forced to sit in court since it's a criminal trial. That will complicate his campaign schedule.
Sure will. Robert Costa for us. Bob, thank you very much.
Fight over FISA and what it means for our national security. Moments ago, the House voting.
Oh, thank God, dude. Thank God. Thank God we're reauthorizing FISA because our nation has never been more secure.
To reauthorize that key and controversial surveillance law in the fight against terrorism. Some lawmakers had been hesitant to renew the.
What is FISA? FISA is the course that allow authorization for surveillance on American citizens.
Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, commonly known as FISA, as former President Donald Trump told them to kill it. FISA allows the government to gather information on foreign nationals who it believes could be compromising American security and be able to do it without a warrant. The holdup is that, and sometimes it collects data on Americans who interact with persons of interest. Joining me now, contributing political correspondent Rachel Bade, also Justice reporter Alex Mallon, and National Security and Defense Analyst Mick Mulroy. All right, Rachel, let's start with you. 19 Republicans voted to block FISA earlier this week. What changed today?
Yeah, Kira, there was definitely a cleanup effort behind the scenes, people trying to get to Donald Trump privately to explain to him that, look, his objections to this law weren't exactly valid, that he was sort of conflating two different things. There was also an attempt to win him over by shortening the length that this law will be extended. Currently, before it was amended, would have been extended for 5 years. They shortened that to 2 in this House version, and that is what just passed right now. Basically, Trump allies are going to be able to say, look, we're extending it for a little bit. If Donald Trump wins the White House this fall, he's going to have a chance to change the law how he wants to, and that's how they got people on board, Kira.
So, Alex, the FBI director says that the terror threat against the U.S. is surging because of the Israel-Hamas war. He was on the Hill yesterday urging lawmakers to renew the act. So what does the DOJ say about FISA and how crucial it is to our national security?
Yeah, that's right, Kira. We haven't gotten a reaction in from them yet about this vote and the appearance that they are going to reauthorize this FISA program. But we heard from FBI Director Wray on the Hill yesterday just expressing how crucial this is, not to things just like combating cyber activity by foreign nationals, things like intel or other investigations, but specifically he singled out what we saw happen in Russia with that attack by ISIS-K operatives at that opera house. He says that something like that, targeting the U.S., something like a concert venue here, that is what raises the FBI's alarm. If this crucial tool for now,
guys, it's really important for security, man. What if ISIS does it again? Like, bro, why would ISIS target their own why would ISIS target its own territory? You know what I mean?
National security were to go away, it would prevent FBI analysts from being able to spot active plots such as that.
So, Mick, as we know, former President Trump was wanting FISA to get killed here and claims that FISA was used to spy on his campaign. Was any truth ever found within that?
So, Kira, this particular section is about a warrantless search on a foreign national outside of the United States. So I don't know what he's talking about specifically, but this is not something that would have.
Famously, mass surveillance has really curbed back on the amount of mass shootings that we've had in this country. Mass shooting numbers by year. Let's see. Mass shootings in the United States from 1982 to 2023. It's really interesting because, like, the mass surveillance started around here and it only seems to have increased. So what's that about? That don't make no sense. A mass shooting since 2013. The source defines a mass shooting in any single area in a public space, in a public place with 3 or more fatalities in line with the definition of the FBI. Before 2013, it was any single attack in a public place with 4 or more fatalities. I don't know why it says 12 here, though, because I'm pretty sure it's a lot higher than that. I don't know what this 12 means on here. No, the criteria is correct. The numbers are not correct. I don't know if it's like on average, like monthly or something, or per day. Not per day. It could be per day. I don't know. The definition for mass shooting doesn't make sense to me because it includes stuff like gang shootouts and maybe one maniac having a beef with 3 others and going at them. Wait, what? Why not? That still absolutely should. No, that's still a mass shooting. That definitely still counts. Bro really said mass shootings only matter if it's like, well, a mass shooting is about fear because you had no choice in it. No, those are still mass shootings. You want to know why those are still mass shootings? Because it is still directly related to the readily available purchase of guns. No choice in it. So like people that get killed and shot and killed, if they're in like the south side of Chicago, had a choice in it. Yeah, I don't know how many mass shootings has there been in 2023? 600 and yeah, here, this is better from the gun violence archive. I think the gun violence archive goes back to before 2013 as well. That's a right-wing talking point. I've heard that shit before when I used to be conservative. He's like, man, I don't really like the mass casualty statistic that you're using if the casualties are, not random white people. Look like more of a country is close of US, more mass shootings increase. Wait, what? Gun violence archive is from 2014 onward. What are the boots I'm wearing in my IG story? The boots I'm wearing in my IG story are the Rick Owens Doc Martin collab. Anyway, very strange stuff. Very strange that, I mean, even here, like mass surveillance has not stopped it.
To the battle over abortion rights. Vice President Kamala Harris is heading to Arizona after court decisions sent shockwaves through the country upholding an 1864 law banning abortions with almost no exceptions. Our chief White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, had that story for us this morning. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, Michael. Well, the Biden campaign this morning is trying to seize the political momentum here as we see outrage and turmoil over Arizona's near total abortion ban. And now the White House today is dispatching their chief messenger on this issue, Vice President Harris. This morning, President Biden's re-election campaign leaning into the political fight over abortion after Arizona upheld a 160-year-old law banning abortion in all cases except to protect the life of the mother. The Biden campaign relying on a simple message, arguing this is all Donald Trump's fault. Democrats already putting up these billboards saying abortion is banned in Arizona thanks to Donald Trump. He won't stop until it's banned nationwide.
It does not have to be this way.
Let's go, Kamala. My queen, get after it, girl. Get after it, baby girl. Get in there. Hammer that shit in. I mean, they're right. They're right to do this, and they should continue doing it.
During a visit to the critical battleground state today, the vice president will flatly say that Trump is to blame, calling him the architect of this healthcare crisis for bragging about appointing the justices who overturned Roe v. Wade. Harris saying a second Trump term would mean more bans, more suffering, less freedom. With the vast majority of Americans saying abortion should be legal in all or most cases, the Biden campaign is hoping the issue will drive voters to the polls in November. But in the meantime, women and healthcare providers across Arizona are left scrambling.
Are we talking about asking doctors to send women out to the parking lot and wait until they're almost dead before the doctor can provide care? That is insane. That is the very definition of insanity.
Our Rachel Scott speaking to Arizona's Democratic Attorney General, who urged the state's legislature to swiftly repeal the Civil War-era law, but Republicans blocked the effort. Her message now?
I would urge Arizonans who are pregnant to make a plan. And I can't believe I'm having to say that, but it's time to make a plan for 60 days from now. If something goes wrong, if you need an abortion, if you want an abortion, start thinking about California and Nevada and New Mexico or Colorado.
Now, ultimately, voters could decide this issue in November when Arizona and as many as 13 other states could have abortion measures on.
I can't believe BTTV aborted aborto.
On the ballot. In fact, just this morning, ABC confirming that organizers in Colorado now say they have enough signatures to put the measure on the ballot there. In the meantime, this ban in Arizona is set to take effect in the coming weeks unless Republicans there change course and agree to.
Aborto had a good run, dude. It was great.
Baseball superstar
Shohei Ohtani's longtime interpreter and friend, plans to turn himself in today to face criminal charges that now include bank fraud. Federal prosecutors allege that Ippei Mizuhara stole from Ohtani to pay huge gambling debts, and the LA Dodger knew nothing at all about it. As Adam Yamaguchi reports, the numbers are staggering.
Mr. Mizuhara stole over $16 million from Mr. Ohtani's account in order to pay for these illegal sports bets.
Prosecutors say Ippei Mizuhara was bleeding cash, placing approximately 19,000 bets with an alleged illegal bookmaking operation from December 2021 through January of this year, and losing more than $40 million in the process.
At the same time he started placing the bets with bookmakers, Mr. Mizuhara began using Mr. Ohtani's account to make payments.
Prosecutors claim the interpreter helped Ohtani create a bank account to house his MLB salary after he came to the U.S. in 2018, then repeatedly accessed it online, falsely identified himself as Ohtani over the phone several times to authorize wire transfers, and told Ohtani's agent and financial advisors the ballplayer did not want anyone else to monitor the account. IRS Special Agent in Charge Tyler Hatcher told us Ohtani is a victim.
What sort of... It's actually sad if he didn't know he literally had it in his contract. They couldn't fire him because they were besties. Still suspicious. This guy was really good. Just saying.
Window did Ohtani have into his own finances?
I don't know the answer to that question, but the investigation and the complaint shows that Mr. Mizuhara exploited his relationship as his trusted friend and translator.
Ohtani signed a 10-year, $700 million contract with the Los Angeles Dodgers in December, and Mizuhara was along for the ride until the team fired him last month over the theft allegations.
I'm very saddened and shocked that someone who I'm trusted has done this.
Through another translator, Ohtani said he wasn't aware Mizuhara had been siphoning money from his account. And according to the federal affidavit, amid swirling news reports about the gambling...
The German police just violently crashed a Palestine protest in Berlin where international politicians like Richard Boy Barrett and Yanis Varoufakis were supposed to speak next to Jewish and Palestinian activists, academics, and doctors who witnessed the genocide. Do you think you could please look into it at some point and cover it or give it a shout out? We need international support and coverage because the repression is crazy dystopian. Well, you're late. Mobile chatter. Not only did I tweet about it, but I also covered it extensively for like an entire hour. So you are late. Also, the new translator kind of looks too American to me. Like this guy looks like he would be a side character in Yakuza. Look at that haircut. Very sick. The plot line is also basically a Yakuza plot line. Also very sick. New guy seems like, I don't know, he's got like American vibes to him. I like this guy. They should bring this guy back.
Scandal. Mizuhara messaged the bookie. Technically, I did steal from him. It's all over for me. For CBS Mornings, Adam Yamaguchi, Los Angeles.
Well, we reached out to a representative from Mizuhara. They had no comment.
Yo, some of us jump in midstream and don't know what you covered. Yeah, I very kindly and gently told the chatter. It's not like I yelled at them.
This has got to be a betrayal he never saw coming because he trusted him. His English wasn't that great.
Right.
You rely on somebody who you think is a friend, and they do that to you.
New to this country.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's right.
Big lesson.
Be careful who you let in your life.